Just recently, we celebrated the beginning of the American Revolution in April 1775, and a lot of people have asked us, what do you have from that period? Well, first of all, this French musket from the French and Indian War that was picked up by a Burlington resident and brought back to town. It was given to us by the city of Woburn when they were doing their renovations a few years ago, and the reason they got rid of it is because they knew that it was acquired at a home on Wynn Street in Burlington. So it was not something directly related to Woburn. It's directly related to us. Unfortunately for us, there were 4 families living on Wynn Street who had people who fought in the French and Indian War. So we know that this musket was acquired somewhere in Canada, brought back to Burlington, and was used for many years, including the battles of Lexington and Concord, and probably Bunker Hill. But we can't pin it to a specific Burlington resident who was living in Burlington on Wynn Street at that time. But recently, fortunately, we scored. Mary A. Salter was a Burlington resident, married a Reverend Salter, and spent her early years post-Civil War through the 1870s traveling, doing missionary work throughout the eastern part of the U.S. up to the Mississippi. And then they returned here, and the husband became pastor of the Congregational Church on Lexington Street. And in the mid-1880s, while on a weekend stroll in a carriage with some friends, a tree fell down and killed her, unfortunately. Many people wrote condolence letters that were received here from all over the country. During her funeral, several people gave long eulogies and also sent letters of condolences to the family. And what the family did was put this book together which described her life and listed and printed all of the eulogies that these people presented, along with the sermon of the funeral. But then at the very back, it included her ancestry, which said that she, on her father's side, is descendant from the McIntyre family. Early, recent American Burlington history is the McIntyres had the milk dairy farm on what is now the Grandview Farm. And those are the descendants who donated these artifacts to us. But the McIntyres also dated back to French and Indian War, and one of them, a Jonathan McIntyre, served at Half Moon Bay, bivouacked at Half Moon Bay during the French and Indian War. And while he was there, he had his Powderhorn marked with his name, the date, June 3rd, 1756, and the encampment at Half Moon Bay. So now we have a story about a Powderhorn that we can directly relate to a Burlington resident from the 1700s, and we have the Powderhorn. And all the text that was written in this book in 1880s is exactly etched on this Powderhorn. So we actually have now an item that we know we can date to the American Revolution, and we have the person who owned the Powderhorn. So this truly is a big score for the town of Burlington.